Hi everybody and welcome back to our quick fix series where we pick out one little problem of the English language, give you a quick and dirty explanation, and in this case we also have a page with exercises. Now the topic here is when to use e.g. and when to use i.e., those two little abbreviations, because they are not the same. The meaning is different. E.g. is not i.e. and there is some confusion out there. Now, let me start with e.g. Now, both abbreviations actually come from the Latin language, and e.g. stands for exempli gratia, which can be translated freely into English with for example. So, when you use e.g., you want to give some examples. Out of a huge group of examples, you're picking out a couple. Like in the sentence, I love sweets, e.g. chocolate or candy bars. I'm giving two examples, for example, chocolate or candy bars. But of course there's many more sweets. I'm only picking out two examples out of that mass of sweets. I love sweets, for example, chocolate or candy bars, e.g. chocolate or candy bars. Now, as always in the English and also in American English, where this is even more important, we have a comma after an abbreviation. Alright, so please put that comma here, it is important. I love sweets, e.g. chocolate or candy bars. Exempli gratia stands for example. Now, i.e. is different. It is Latin again, but that's the only common thing. I.e. stands for it ist, which is the Latin expression, and the meaning is that is, or in other words. And you already see the difference. Now, we're not giving examples out of a mass of possible examples anymore. The meaning is in other words. I love all kinds of food, i.e. I eat pretty much anything. This is almost like a little definition. I'm clarifying something. I'm not giving an example. I love all kinds of food, i.e. I eat pretty much anything. In other words, I eat pretty much anything. The 3 US states on the West Coast, i.e. Washington, Oregon, and California, are loved by tourists. The 3 US states on the West Coast, in other words, Washington, Oregon, and California, are loved by tourists. And in this sentence here, you can see that we're not giving any examples out of a mass of examples, because there is only 3 US states on the West Coast. And in other words, Washington, Oregon, and California, they're all here. These are not examples out of a mass of examples. And this is exactly the difference. And again, please remember the comma after your abbreviation, i.e. comma, e.g. comma. So again, e.g. you use this when you want to give examples out of a mass of examples. You're picking out 2 or maybe 3. Use i.e. when you want to say something in other words, or maybe give a little clarification or a little definition. The 3 US states on the West Coast, i.e. Washington, Oregon, and California, are loved by tourists. Remember your commas, and also remember not to overuse these 2 abbreviations. It's perfectly alright to use for example and to use in other words or that is. It's not a problem. So, I told you there would be a page with exercises, and here it is. So, what I want you to do now is stop that video, hit the pause button, read through the sentences, and quickly write down whether you would put in e.g. or i.e. So, stop the video now, ladies and gentlemen, and do that exercise. All right. Let's see. Let's start with the first sentence. I like coffee shops, e.g. Starbucks or Mr. Black. I like coffee shops, for example, Starbucks or Mr. Black. There's lots of more coffee shops, obviously. I'm picking out 2 examples out of all the coffee shops I like. For example, don't forget the comma. I like coffee shops, e.g., Starbucks or Mr. Black. Biotechnology is used to help seriously ill people, e.g., cancer patients. There's a lot more seriously ill people, of course, than only cancer patients. I'm picking out one example out of that mass of ill people. Biotechnology is used to help seriously ill people, e.g., cancer patients. I love watching sports, e.g., tennis, football, or basketball. Alright, of course, there's lots more sports than tennis, football, and basketball, and I'm watching all kinds of sports, and I'm only picking out those three to give you an example. Good. Now, this morning I went to the one place I hate, i.e., don't forget that comma, the dentist. Now here I'm not giving examples. There's this one place I hate, in other words, the dentist. That is the dentist. This is a little clarification. It's not a definition, of course, but it's to make things clear, to make clear what exactly is that one place I hate. And then we have, it all happened in November, i.e. 2 months ago. It's not, for example, 2 months ago. You could maybe use, for example, 2 months ago, but it would totally change the meaning. Here, i.e. is the better choice. It all happened in November, i.e. 2 months ago. This is almost like a little definition. That is 2 months ago. In other words, 2 months ago. Don't forget your comma. So here you have those 5 sentences. And I guess you have a feeling now when to use e.g. and when to use i.e., which brings us right to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. I guess I see you around when we do our next video. Until then, we say bye bye and have a good time.